Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there, diligently pursuing this truth, coming at you once again with another lesson. All right, this one's titled Shedomites, a dangerous situation waiting to happen. And in case you're unfamiliar with the term used, all right, Shedomite is just referring to a female Edomite, all right, Edomite, but she, right, a Shedomite, all right, so Edomite women, all right, a dangerous situation waiting to happen, all right, and that's exactly what they are. They're a dangerous situation waiting to happen, especially for you brothers out there. All right, you especially you brothers of a darker complexion. All right, a melanated brother. All right, a Shedomite, a female Edomite, is a dangerous situation waiting to happen. All right, I'm not saying this if you're dating, you happen to be dating one. All right, now that can still be a dangerous situation. All right, but we're not really talking about that so much. All right, we're talking about Shedomite women. All right, female Edomite women in general. All right, and some of the occurrences that they've have happened with them throughout the years. And bear with me one moment. I don't know why the pins aren't working. I'll have to fix this on my phone because I'm not sure how to do it. Actually, I can. Oh, there it went. Boom. All I had to do was open my phone, the notes on my phone, and it just copied right over. So, we're going to get in a couple situations. All right. All right. We're just talking about it. It's not anything that we're necessarily reporting on. All right, I just wanted to touch on this topic, and I said, I bet if I just type in, black man falsely accused by white woman, a bunch of things will come up. All right, and of course we have Emmett Till. All right, I didn't even have to look that one up. We all know Emmett Till. All right, but a couple other ones popped up as well. All right, and some other articles that we're gonna get into. All right, so once again, Shedomites. All right, female Edomites. All right, a dangerous situation waiting to happen. All right, now the first one we're going to start off with is, of course, Emmett Till. All right, we all know the situation that happened with Emmett Till. We're still going to get it regardless. All right, we're just going to read the tip. All right, the point. All right, and I think it should it should basically get you the point of what we're dealing with here. So Emmett Till. All right, this is Emmett right here. Okay, there was judgment on his part as well. So he wasn't innocent either, even though he was innocent from this specific act. All right, he still, had to receive judgment. All right. So it says, Emmett Lewis Till, all right, born July 25th, 1941, all right, and died August 28th, 1955, says was an African American, and that was 1955, mind you. All right, 1955. This isn't, 1700, 1800, all right, 1803. This isn't 1904. All right, this is 1955. All right, 1955. All right, that's not approximately. We can tell you exactly. I'm not the best with math, so 1955. That was 68 years ago. All right, and remember that the last recording lynching, all right, was in like 1980 something. Let's just say 1980. All right, that would be, let's see, that would be 43 years ago. That is actually my father is older than that, as are most of yours. Okay, so these Edomites trying to find, no, you're acting like all this, this racism and these horrible things have happened in your lifetime. Well, for the most part, they have. All right, maybe not in my lifetime. All right, but for those instances, the incidences that we can prove, like a lynching. I wasn't around in 1984. All right, because I was born in the 90s, but. My father was, and guess what? We're here to see other forms of racism. What about the the murders that are still taking place with our people that they're trying to cover up? What about the lynchings that are happening at Walmart that they're trying to cover up? And these things aren't getting reported. Like, they're not going to be, the last recorded lynching. There's been lynchings since 1980, man. Since I've been alive, all right? Since very, very recently. But 1980 is the last one that they're going to let slip through and say, yep, that was the last one. Definitively, that wasn't the last one, man. All right, that was not the last one. So Emmett Till, continuing on, Emmett Till was an African American boy. All right, he was not African. All right, he was an Israelite. All right, it says was an African American boy. so-called, as they call our people, African American. No, we're Israelites from Israel. It says who was abducted, tortured, and lynched in Mississippi in 1955 at the age of 14. Why? What did he do? After being accused of offending a white woman. There you go. Carolyn Bryant in her family's grocery store. So she was accused of offending a white woman, Carolyn Bryant, in her family's grocery store. The brutality of his murder and the acquittal of his killers drew attention to the long history of violent persecution of so-called African Americans, right, of Israelites. All right, the acquittal of his killer, the brutality of his murder. Let's fix that. The brutality of his murder and the acquittal of his killers drew attention to the long history of violent persecution against Israelites in the United States. All right, till posthumously became an icon of the civil rights movement. All right, so they killed this dude. Why? Because he offended a white woman, a so-called white woman. All right, a Shedomite, an Edomite woman. All right. So there you go. Now let me see. Let's see. Here we go. We'll have to read a little bit more down. Bear with me just 1 minute. All right. Slack you for that. Let's read more. All right, just because, it's here, all right, and show you what went down, because we got another story after this. It says, Till was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. During summer vacation in August 55, he was visiting relatives near Money, Mississippi, in the Mississippi Delta region. Some of the best blues music came out of the Mississippi Delta. It says he spoke to 21-year-old Carolyn Bryant, the white, married the Edomite. Let's change white, because not everyone that's white looking is an Edomite. All right, I myself as an example. All right, you got other brothers out there that are Asian looking that are actually Israelites. All right, you got other brothers out there that are this and that looking like, but they're Israelites. All right, so it's not about skin color, but a lot of the time, so-called white people do go back to Esau. All right, just like a lot of so-called Negroes, so-called black people. All right, so-called Mexicans, all right, so-called Native Americans or Indians, all right, do go back to Israel, all right, but it's not definitive. It's not always the case, all right. A lot of the so-called black people you see walking around are indeed Israelites, Jakes, all right. Same with the so-called Mexicans and Native Americans, all right. They call them Indians, but Indians are a completely different nation of people, all right. That was a misconsideration on the Edomites' parts, all right, because they thought they were Indians, but our people weren't. They were Native Americans, really Gadites, but they call them Native Americans because they were here first, right? So, so it's not definitive, all right. Not everyone that's white looking is an Edomite, all right. Just like not everyone who's black looking, all right, because that's what the term you use, black, all right, brown looking, is an Israelite either, all right? So you have to judge the spirit. But a lot of the time it's the case, but it's not always definitive, right? So the white, all right, the Edomite married proprietor of a small grocery store there. Although what happened at the store is a matter of dispute, Till was accused of flirting with, touching, or whistling at Bryant. Till's interaction with Bryant perhaps unwittingly violated an unwritten code of behavior for the black male interacting with a white female in Jim Crow-era South. It says, several nights after the incident in the store, Bryant's husband Roy and his half-brother J.M. Millam, who were armed, went to Till's great-uncle's house and abducted Emmett. They took him away, then beat and mutilated him before shooting him in the head and sinking his body in the Tallahatchie River. 3 days later, the boy's mutilated and bloated body was discovered and retrieved from the river. So that shows you how these fucking crackers are, man. We're not like that anymore. Well, you were in 1955. That's not too long ago. Wait, you're acting like we're still in slavery. No, but 1955 was just a little bit ago, all right? And we are still in slavery, okay? So nice try, E, but it's not going to work. Where were we? It says, Till's body was returned to Chicago, where his mother insisted on a public funeral service with an open casket, which was held at Robert's Temple Church of God in Christ, as they say. It says, it was later said that the open coffin funeral held by Mammy Till Bradley exposed the world to more than her son exposed the world to more than her son Emmett Till's bloated, mutilated body. Her decision focused only attention on not only American racism and our barbarism of lynching, but also the limitation and vulnerabilities of American democracy. She just wanted to show how these fucking white people do, man. These so-called white people, right? As they deem themselves white. Why? Because it means pure. And they call our people what? Black. Why? Because it means void of light, dark. You know, they always put themselves ahead, all right? These people are evil as shit, man. They're evil. They've been evil. They're still evil. They've been evil since biblical times, and they're still evil to this day. They will not change. They don't change. They're still evil. They're those same spirits coming back, all right? They hate our people because of the color of their skin, because of the birthright that we received, because of the way we look, because of how we're better than them, the salt we have, all right? They're jealous, all right? And they hate our people, all right? These fucking goddamn cave beasts, all right? Are jealous because, you know, we have the birthright, mainly. That's, you know, that because, you know, he kept his wrath forever, right? Because of the birthright, all right? And then the blessing, all right? Which, first of all, he gave his birthright away for some fucking meat, all right? That, you know, that he complains, oh, now he has my birthright and my blessing? Well, you can't complain because you gave your birthright away, okay? For some meat because you were hungry, all right? You can't blame anybody else for that. All right, if I was hungry and someone said, you know, I'll give you meat if you just give me, you know, if I had a Corvette, I'll give you this meat if you just give me your Corvette. I'd say, no, thanks. I'll continue to starve, all right, and find something out, you know. So, no, so that can't. Esau always tries to, you know, to play the victim, all right, but the days of playing victim are over, all right? They're over. It says tens of thousands attended his funeral or viewed his open casket, and images of his mutilated body were published in black-oriented magazines and newspapers. Let's go see if we can find the photos. Let's see what these devils did. If we can find photos. There you go. Right there. See the photos Emmett Till's mother wanted you to see. The one that inspired a generation to join the new civil rights movement. And civil rights ain't shit. They're not gonna fucking solve anything. Alright. Where's the photos? Just the one? Anyway, there you go. You can see him. Bloated. Alright. All puffed up. That's how they did him. That's how they did him. But we've changed. No, you haven't. All right, here's another one. There you go. Grand jury, and guess what? Grand jury declined to indict the woman in Emmett Till killing. So the lady got away. All right, the lady that accused him falsely got away. That shows you. So we've changed. Well, you just let her go. You have not fucking changed at all. All right? You've not changed her at all. Not that, you know, putting her away would have really solved anything, but it just shows you. All right? It shows you. Here you are. You have this lady that falsely accused Emmett Till that led to his death. All right? Right? And she doesn't get to go to jail because she's old. She's an old woman. She doesn't deserve it. Meanwhile, you're still arresting, you know, fucking these people out here are still, you know, putting Nazis in not captivity, but Nazis in prison, all right, for shitting old ass fucking dudes, man. Old ass dudes, all right, that actually probably really didn't do anything because the whole shit was just a fucking ruse. It was a scam, a scheme by the fucking tiny hats, all right. So it says, in September 1955, an all-white jury, oh, who would have guessed, found Bryant and Milne not guilty of Till's murder. All right, and so on and so forth. You know, you can read all about it. All right, most of us have already heard, all right, you know, lynching, all right, goes into the incident that may or may not have occurred, and it didn't happen. All right, it didn't happen. And then you have the lynching. All right, the funeral reaction, the trial, and later events. The trial, let's see, the trial was held. We don't really have to read much more, but there you go. Let's see. Yeah, see, when Roy the lynching, when Roy Bryant was informed of what had happened, he aggressively questioned several young black men who entered the store that evening. Bryant, with a black man named J.W. Washington, approached a black teenager walking along the road. Bryant ordered Washington to seize the boy, put him in the back of the pickup truck, and took him to be identified by a companion of Carol's who had witnessed the episode with Till. All right, so companion, she probably knew what was going on. This fucking cracker bitch. All right, this. Let's see. Let's look her up. Carolyn Bryant. Yeah, so she's died at 88, so the world's lost nothing. Okay, so, but there was a trial, I believe, and they just let her go. All right, she should have just had to suffer, man. So, hey, but whatever. You know, we know how they are with our people. Let's get some scriptures. We're going to get Ecclesiastes 7:26. Now, this mostly goes for our women, but this is women in general, all right? Women love to be, you know, false, you know, 7:26. They love to do false accusations on men, all right? Especially white women, all right? So-called white women against black men. All right, especially so-called white women against so-called black men. All right, now women in general accusers, you see it happening. All right, say, oh, he touched me, he did, and the one mainly doing it is white women, but you see it with women in general. All right, but 99% out of 10, or 99 times out of 100, all right, it's gonna be a white woman that's saying he touched me, you know. So Ecclesiastes 7:26. All right, this is women. All right, like you know, of course the Bible's written towards, you know, for our people, but it mentions other people in there as well. But this is women in general. All right, women in general. These wicked women, right? Wicked women, whether they're wicked Israelite women or the wicked, all right, women, right? Ecclesiastes 7:26, it says, and I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. And it says sinner, so of course that's referring to our people, right? But it's the same thing with women in general, all right? It's the same thing with women in general. Women, hey, watch out. All right, you brothers, regardless if it's a so-called white woman, or if it's a so-called black woman, or if it's a so-called Latino woman, all right, just watch out, man. These women these days are crazy. They're on some weirdo shit, man. All right, saying he touched me, and then now here you are up in court, all right, in Babylon against a woman, and you're not gonna win. All right, you're not gonna win. All right, why? Because you're a man. All right, and the society's set up for women. Okay, as soon as he touched me, boom, boom, open and shut case. All right, you're done. That's it. You know. And then if they do find you not guilty, well, they found you not guilty while you've already been in jail, and they'll pull you out. And does that woman, for bearing false witness against you, does she get to serve the same sentence that she would have put on you? You were going to go 16 years, right? You're going to go 16 years, 10 years, 15 years. And they found you not guilty after only a year. Now you get out. Now is she gonna get in trouble for lying? No, they let her go free. And bullshit. That's not how it should work, man. That woman should have to pay that same sentence. All right, whatever she wanted to happen to you, all right, you should have to pay that back. And that's not just with women. That's with men. If you say, oh, he was over here doing this, and you wanted that man to be put to death, you should be put to death for that. You tried to get that man put to death. That was you attempted to murder someone, man. Okay, so that's how it goes. You know, eye for an eye. All right, that's how it goes biblically. All right, you wanted something evil to happen to that person. That thing you wanted evil to happen to them should happen to you. All right, that's how we see biblically. All right, as Israelites, we have a justice system. This justice system here, there ain't no justice. How can it be a justice system when there ain't no fucking justice? Right? Doesn't make any sense. And it was built by the Edomites. All right, this so-called justice system, this court municipal system, all right, was made by the Edomites who don't know justice. So how are they going to make a justice system when they don't even know what justice is? Fucking people, man. All right, let's get Psalms 58:3. And this is the Edomites for you. Psalms 58:3. Because they're a bunch of liars. Psalms 58, verse 3. It reads, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear. Okay, so they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. These are liars, man. They're liars. They're natural-born liars. All right, we made a lesson a long time ago called that. All right, you know, like that. I believe is it Quentin Tarantino who directed it? But natural-born killers. All right, and we did natural born liars, and I made the thumbnail look like, you know, the cover of Natural Born Killers, but had Bill Gates instead. All right, so hey man, these people are natural born liars. They lie about the lies that they lied about, right? As street teacher always says, you lied about the lies that you lied about. All right, so hey, these people are liars. They love to lie. All right, their life's built upon a lie. You got to realize, you got to think of it in a deep level, man. They lied about who they are, about where they're from, about what they're like, about who we are, where we're from, where we're like. All right, they lied about the Bible. They lied about this being in it. They lied about that not being in it. No, the Apocrypha. No, that was never. That was no, not that. No, that nope. No, that was because it was a heretical text. We removed it. No, why'd you lied about that? Why did you really remove it? Because it exposes you devils. All right, it has a lot of scriptures in there, a lot of chapters that expose you devils more. You didn't want it. All right, so you lied about it. All right, so that's heretical. You know, that was never in there. Yes, it was. All right. Yes, it was. Nice try, E, but it didn't work. All right. What else do you lie about? You lie about, you know, everything, man. How much money you make. All right. How much money you're getting from this. What are you doing over here? Your ultimate goal. Are you the devil? No, we're not the devil. You know, everything. All right. Lying about being wicked, lying about this, lying about what you get, lying about your wages, lying about money, lying about this, lying about being in slavery, lying about the last time there was a so-called black hate crime, lying about this, all right? Lying about, you know, the population of Jake, saying, oh, they're only 3%, you know? Or lying about everything, man. Everything this devil says is a lie. Oh, how long's the earth around? That's a lie. All right, they went to the moon. That's a lie. All right, they're white people. That's a lie. All right, it's all lies, man. It's all lies. That's what these people love to do. They formulate lies. They sit back and make lies. They're forgers of lies, right? As we're going to get. Let's get it. Job 13:4. So just be careful, man. So these Shedomite women, all right, you brothers, especially you dark-skinned men, all right? Especially you dark-skinned men. Now I'm saying if you look like me, like a so-called, you look like a so-called white person, but you're an Israelite, all right? You still got to be careful, all right? Because they, you know, people can tell the spirit, as opposed to what some people like to think. They can tell the spirit. Now from a distance, yeah, you can blend in a little bit. I'll give you that, all right? We can blend in a little bit from a distance, but I've had Edomites come up to me, talk to me, like, hey, how are you doing? And then I open my mouth, and instantly they're like, oh, okay, yeah, you know. And then walk off because they can tell. Now, some Edomites are better at it than others, all right? But, you know, you have the old Edomites, they'll just talk. They don't even care. They'll just come in and talk with anybody. They'll talk with, you know, the darkest black dude in the world or anything. They just want to talk, all right? They don't even care. All right, a lot of time if they're talking with a dark-skinned person, they'll end up saying some borderline racist shit, you know. You know, that's usually how it goes. But, you know, regardless, they're old and they talk. But the younger, you know, or middle-aged at least, Edomites, you know, 50s, instead of being like 70, you know, even the 50 ones to an extent, they can't really tell too much. They can tell a little bit, all right? Something like, something's weird, all right? But, you know, a lot of Edomites really go for skin color, all right? That's the thing. They go for skin color. So, sometimes and sometimes not. It just depends, man, all right? But that's not to say, so saying that you brothers that look like so-called, you know, Asians or whatever, anything other than like, even if you look like a so-called white person, all right, you still got to be careful. Why? Because we're still in spirit, all right, Israelites, all right? Even though we look like these other nations, our spirit is still an Israelite spirit. So these people still are willing to devise evil against us, all right, and do wickedness to us because they can tell something in them, or they can just tell. All right, it's just like when you're talking to a Jake not Jake, but it's just like when you're talking to someone who you think's Jake. All right, at first, all right, dark skinned person, and they start talking to him like, this guy might be a fucking terror. This guy something's off about this dude. He has no sauce. He's weird. All right, he's snorting like some weird fucking crazy like Edomite. This guy just might be a terror. It's the same thing. The way we are like that with you know people that look like our people, the same way they are. They'll be like, that's a weird white guy. Something's wrong with him. I don't know. I don't really like him too much. I'm not sure why. It's the same thing happened. All right, you brothers know. You probably, or you sisters, you've had encounters with terrors, I'm sure, and you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck's up with this dude? Now, before we knew about terrors, we had encounter with terrors. We always thought of like, this is like the whitest black dude that I've ever met. You know, something's weird. All right, you know, doing a bunch of, you know, they could have been Toms too, so who knows? But continuing on, you regardless of color, all right, of what you look like. All right, if you're an Israelite, if you're in this truth, all right, you can understand this. You can call upon the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Watch out, man. Keep safe. All right, keep safe out there, because that's you still have that Israelite spirit. Even though you might look like another nation and be able to blend in a little bit, you still have that spirit, and hey, they know, they can feel it, just like we can feel it when, you know, someone looks like our people, but they're off. They're like, what the hell? This guy might be a terror. Anyway, Job 13:4 reads, "But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value." All right, forgers, we've got the definition of that many times. Forging means to create, to make something. All right, and we can get it. All right, because you might not have seen those lessons. Let's get it. Forge, definition.
Forge.
All right.
Forge.
It says, make or shape. It says, an example, a metal object, right, by heating it in a fire or furnace and beating or hammering it. All right. Now, what we really want to get is the Merriam-Webster. And there was a better definition. Forge, verb. All right. 2 of 3. To form something such as metal by heating and hammering. All right. What else do we got? Let me see. Bear with me. I'm gonna grab a drink. There we go. Dictionary.com. Because it's not always talking about metal. All right. There it is. So it says to form or heat by hammering, beat into shape. But the second one says to form or make, especially by concentrated effort, to forging a relationship. All right. What else? So, you know, you got the basic definition here. Forge is curse, of course, as faking, you know. All right. Well, we don't need that anymore anyway. So, there we go. So, what do? They forge lies, which means, you know, create, make. All right. They make lies. All right. They create lies. All right. You know, we know there's scriptures speaking of the secret counsel of the wicked. So we know they have a secret counsel. All right. We know they have a secret council, you know, the Illuminati, all right, so-called, right, the Illuminati, all right. So, and they sit in there, and they like as the scripture says, we can go over there and grab it. Psalm 64:2 reads, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." So what do? They sit in there and they work iniquity. And you can tell because in verse 3 it says, "Who whet their tongues like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words." What is this? Them coming up with, you know, devising wickedness and strategies to come against, you know, the people of the world. It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. And they try to do that to the elect, right? And they try to do that to the Israelites. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, "Who shall see them?" See, this shows you. They commune and they say, "Okay, let's set these snares. Let's get these people in these traps. Who's going to see them?" All right, but what? It says they, well, not yet, but it says they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, but the inward thought of every one of them in the heart is deep. Is it this one? Yeah, here it is. This is the one. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So shall they make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. All right, and that's happening to an extent now, and it's going to happen even worse as we get closer to the end. All right, that's why these devils say dumb shit and end up getting caught. All right, end up getting caught. One moment. All right, it's like, yeah, I saw that one of my lessons had a copyright on it. It wasn't a strike, though. It was just I couldn't put ads on it, so that's good. I don't put ads on my stuff anyway, so it doesn't bother me none, So, you know, yeah, so, you know, they're going to be revealed more and more as we get closer to the end. All right, you already got all this information out, what type these people are, what type of people these people are. All right, Salakia, what type of people these people are, and these people ain't people. All right, these people ain't people. Yeah, no, they're very secretive. With they're trying to play it off as being, oh no, we're not racist, not anymore, we're different. Out there marching with Jake. We march with black people for Black Lives Matters. Yeah, and you also smash into buildings and then say it was so-called black folk that did it. All right. Well, no, now it's not all of us. Well, it was some of you. All right. Why is it that when one of our people does something, that's all of our people, but when one of you does it, it's not all of you? Now, here's the thing. It's actually a little bit different. One of our people could go and rob a bank. All right. Our people being, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Right. Really, our people, like our people, are the brothers and sisters that are in this truth. But we're just saying it for your level. It's your people, the blacks. All right. So one of our people, a brown-skinned person, a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, could go and do something such as rob a bank. All right. And that's all of our people. They are a picture and a photograph reference for all of our people. They are the staple for our people. This is what that people does. This is what they do. All right. But 10 so-called white people could go and embezzle funds, but that's not the picture of what they do. Ultimately, they're good, great, nice people. Why is that? All right, why is that? Because who do you think makes those rules? Who do you think paints that picture? Who do you think paints that narrative, all right, that moves it to the media? So-called white people, the Edomites, man. The Edomites. So, hey, let's, Slakia, how long have we been going for? 31 minutes. We got more time to go. We can get, let's get this. This is, 3 black men, so-called black men, falsely accused and lynched in Duluth, Minnesota. On this day, in June 15th, 1920. It's not June 15th, but this was an article that came out, right? So, let's read this. On June 14th, 1920, 2 white teenagers, Edomites, all right, they say white. Bear with me while I grab a drink. All right. On June 14th, 1920, 2 so-called white teenagers, Edomites, James Sullivan and Irene Tuscan, attended the John Robinson Circus in Duluth. The next morning, they claimed Mr. Sullivan had been held at gunpoint while 6 black circus workers raped Mrs. Tuscan. Though a doctor examining Mrs. Tuscan found no evidence of assault, 6 young so-called black men, Israelites, right, were arrested and jailed. And were these people innocent? No, they weren't innocent either. All right. So, but we're just showing you what you do to our people in general. Just because they weren't innocent doesn't mean you're innocent. All right, because that's that. We offend not. All right, we're gonna grab that. They offended against our Lord. We didn't do anything. Because they think because we went off that they can do whatever they want with us, and that's not how it works. So 6 young so-called black men were arrested and jailed. Newspapers reported that the alleged assault, and false rumors soon spread that Miss Tuscan had died from her injuries. All right, and that was alleged assault and false rumors. All right, so, and going back up, they claimed, all right, 2 white teenagers, 2 Edomites, 2 fucking crackers, 2 devils, all right, claimed this. All right, when it didn't happen. All right, and what went through, it still went through even though a doctor found no evidence of it. All right, they still didn't care. They were jailed. Found no evidence, still jailed. All right, guilty of what? Guilty of being brown. All right, guilty of being melanated. Right, guilty of being an Israelite. All right. Ultimately, it says in 1920, the so-called black population of Duluth, Minnesota numbered 495 out of 98,000 residents. And who knows how accurate that number is. They try to always make Jake seem like a lower number. All right, and they've been doing that since Roman times, all right? They try to make it seem like, there's not, the slaves, keep them, make them seem like there's not so many of them. Because if they realize how many if we realize how many of us there are, we'll realize that we're in the majority and not the minority, because they call us the minority. But in reality, we are the majority. All right. Look at all the because they call all brown people. Look at brown people. They're in the minority. All right, let's just go with a worldly aspect here and include the heathen nations into this whole POC bullshit. The people of color. Let's see who really is the minority. If we're talking about people with brown skin, not about nations, not about Israel and heathens, but just skin color, as these Edomites like to go off of. We have the so-called blacks, all right, which are brown. You have the so-called Latinos, which are brown. You have the so-called Native Americans, which are brown. So there's the Israelites, right? Those are the Israelites. Then you got the not the Native Americans. You got the Indians, all right, the Elamites that are brown. You got the Ishmaelites, all right, that are brown. You have the Moabites and the Ammonites, both brown, all right, both brown. So you got the people in Japan, brown. People in China, brown. People in Taiwan, well, that's arguably China, brown. All right, people in Vietnam, brown. All right, people over in India, brown. All right, these other people, brown. Africa, brown. All right, the Hamites, brown. All these people, brown. Who are the white people? Europeans. That's it. The ones from Europe. That's it. That's all. Everyone else is brown. All right, and what about the white people in America? Well, they're Europeans. All right, that's where they came over from after they, sailed the seas to be some thieves. All right, so that's what they did. They sailed over and stole some shit, and then they're Europeans. They're just over here. All right. So the colonizers. Don't call us colonizers. So, and really this goes back to and I forgot, but I'm glad I remembered because this actually I have some things to send over. Bear with me. Because it was inspired, and I didn't even really have to grab it. But this should pop up any moment. It should open my, there we go. So, this is from Reddit. 2X chromosomes. Now, in case you're not familiar with Reddit, all right, this is one of the most toxic, as they call, feminist Reddits, all right, that they have, all right. And it popped up on the popular page. All right, because I was looking through popular because I was like, for some reason, I was like, I bet I can find something to do a lesson on. I'm going to try to find something to do a lesson on over here. They have to have something because I recently did a lesson on something from Reddit. So I said, I know they're going to have something, just through faith through the Most High. So, and then, hey, look, the Most High gave me this story. The Bike Karen story shows how harmful the Karen meme is to women. And this is a little so-called white bitch sitting behind her screen crying, all right? No one cares, Shedomite. No one cares. All right, now the Bike Karen. I don't know. Let's hear about the Bike Karen. All right. Bike Karen. All right. Bellevue worker in city bike fight video has receipts showing she rented it. Lawyer. And as the people said, and they're trying to hide it. They're pushing an agenda right now. All right. So basically the altercation was, let's read it. It says, this is the Bike Karen. It was a black guy. All right. Here. Let's watch the Bike Karen video. Let's see.
This woman just had her life ruined because of a viral video.
Please help me up!
So the video was posted and basically accused this lady of trying to steal a bike from a group of men. Because of this, people branded the woman in the video as Bike Karen, and people
He's probably going to stand up for her because he's an Edomite.
accused her of being racist against the men that she, quote, stole the bike from. The video was posted by a civil rights attorney named Ben Crump, who said that what she did was unacceptable and accused her of trying to use her tears to paint the men as a threat. Well, as it turns out, it seems like the men actually were the threat.
They're not.
The lady has posted proof that the bike was hers. As you can see,
that's the receipts, and everyone on Reddit was talking about how these fucking it's very suspect. All right, that it doesn't add up. That's apparently not how they look.
the bike numbers right there and the
receipt
receipt for the bike she posted line up perfectly. And now the quote, Karen has gotten a lawyer and it seems like somebody is about to get sued, as she has gone
Probably
through
'cause
a
she's
lot
white.
since this entire situation happened. Apparently, after seeing the video, many people sent her threats, and even went as far as to find her husband on social media and send him threats as well. I've also seen that she lost her job as a result of the video, but I couldn't 100% confirm that. Also, she's pregnant and she claims that this whole situation has caused stress for her and her fetus. So honestly,
Of course, Edomite women, this is kind you know. And of course, the video, they're trying to hide the video. And wow, way to make a fucking website completely useless. There you go. Can we watch the video? Let's see. Of course, they're trying to hide it as much as here we go.
No, record him.
Help! Help me! Please help me!
Not your bike.
Please help me!
It's not your bike.
Please help me! Help! Please get off me!
Wait, what the fuck is going on, bro?
Please get off me!
Yo, don't take it, bro. Now you're not getting the bike, bro.
She's yelling help.
Help!
You're not getting the
Get
bike.
off me,
I'm
dude!
not.
Why you took his phone? What's wrong with you?
You're not
Don't touch his
touching
phone.
my
Do not touch his
Hurry
phone.
up, fetus. You're
I'm not
hurting
touching you.
unborn
You
child.
putting your stomach on my hand.
Help!
No, dude, stop. No, dude, stop. No. I said no. I said sit down.
Please help!
She just said it's my bike. She's just crying.
You're not crying. I got
Stupid.
I got
It's
you on
my
video.
bike.
Off!
Drunk.
Wait, you pulled it out? Hey, Hassan, you pulled it out? Hassan,
I don't give a fuck.
Hassan, you pulled it out?
This is my bike. It's on my account. Please move.
All right, so why don't we reset the bike?
I'm not resetting the bike.
It's his.
Reset it. I'm gonna pull it out on your account.
You're active.
You notice how instantly Jake's the problem. All right, instantly he doesn't check any of their receipt. He says he has the receipt. Instantly goes to him, say, look, just stop, just give her the bike. Look, just give her the bike. Instantly, without any question, without any information, without any of their receipts, just goes and says, just give it to her. Because why? Edomites, man.
That's just my bike crying.
And she's crying and yelling help as Edomite women always do.
Hey, stop touching me. I don't touch you.
Hold up.
Hey, stop touching me. Stop touching me.
Why don't we take this bike?
Stop touching me.
I will.
Exactly. So take
Fuck out of
it.
here.
So take it.
You're stupid ass. Fuck out of here. Dumbass. Your baby gonna come out with
Wait, how you stop crying?
Fuck.
Not a tear came down, miss. Not a
She was
tear
acting
came
like she was
down.
gonna cry. Now she's fine. See how Edomites can do it? See how all the white guys come to help? And she posted apparently receipts. But hey, so we're gonna get into that. All right. So let's get it. Now that we've seen the video. Says the bike Karen story shows how harmful the Karen meme is to women. Now, and for again unfamiliar, 2X chromosomes. All right, again Reddit that's overly feminist. All right, it's a Reddit subreddit that's overly feminist. So feminist that there could be a video of a woman cutting up a man into pieces. All right, and saying, I'm doing it just because I'm an evil woman. And she'd say, oh, well, she had a mental snap because of all the because of all the sexual injustice that's going out in the world. And she was just a stressed girl, and she doesn't deserve the hate. That's how extreme these people are. All right, the woman's always right. All right, and there's men on here, too, that are fucking super simps. But anyway, it says, as it turns out, this woman actually paid for the bike she was accused of stealing. You know, she's just sitting there just fucking in a fit of rage. It says, as it turns out, this woman actually had paid for the bike she was accused of trying to steal from a black man. See how she capitalized black? A black man. All right, I had a Karen call the store the other night. Said, yeah, there was an issue with, some of the people that were working last night. Yeah, it was a man and a black woman. Yeah, the woman, she was black. You know, that's what these fucking devils do, man. They always black. They always make sure to mention the person. Oh, what was the other person? Because I was like, was the other person an Asian guy? She's like, I don't know, but the girl was black. The guy was Asian, by the way, working that night. But she didn't mention that. She just mentioned the black woman, right? Because that's, they hate our people. If that girl, I don't even know, that girl might be a terror, but still. It says, and she was the victim in this scenario. She was the victim as you always are. Edomite women are always the victim, right? It says, but she was labeled as a bike Karen, and once someone is labeled as a Karen, people who don't like women or think that women should never be anything but submissive and composed, and you should be just submissive and composed. That's what you're supposed to be. All right, so stay in your place, bitch. It's, it's fucking around, slock you. It says, gleefully pile on. It's a chance to hate on women in a socially sanctioned way, and people who want to. And she's standing up for Karens, which Karens are racist. All right, Karens are white women that use their whiteness to get black men in trouble. All right, now sometimes it's used for just old ratchet, crotchety ass women. All right, that just want their way, but it's always white women that do it because it has a racial connotation. Karen is a racial thing. It's always white women wanting to get their way. Why? Because they've always gotten their way, man. They've always gotten their way. It says, and people who want to signal to others to how virtuous they are. Look at me. I'm one of the good women. I hate women who are mean and entitled. This women, man, I hope you die at the hands of a man. All right? Join in the fray. It says, now people have been conditioned when they see someone called a Karen to join in for the instant dopamine shot at that part of being a mob justice provides. The worst part about this meme is that it encourages people to film and upload and share videos of women misbehaving. Good, yeah, should be done. Don't film us misbehaving. We're gentle little angels. All right. No, you're not. All right. WAP, not gentle angel. Well, that's black. Well, that's just women in general. That's our women. But still, who would they get that from? White women. All right. White women are the weird, promiscuous, fucking slutty, hoey ass ones. All right. The first ones that started wearing, trying to wear, basically panties to go and swim. All right. Were white women, not black women. All right. Not so-called black women, but so-called white women. Right? Not Israelite women, but Edomite women, right? Edomite women started it first. What about feminism? Edomite women started it. All right? This whole I'm a bad bitch. Where did that all start from? Edomite women. You think it started from Israelite women, but it didn't. It started from Edomite women saying, "Oh, I don't need my man. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be a strong, independent woman, and I'm gonna go and get what I want." All right? And who did and we want the right to vote. Who did all that? Who did all that originally? Because you have the black woman doing it now, so-called black woman, right? But who started all that? Edomite women, all right? What about Planned Parenthood, aborting babies? Who started that? Edomite women, all right? But now it's attributed to our women because it was a snare laid, all right? And our women caught on to it, and now look at them. Now they're one of the main ones perpetuating that and bringing that out. All right, I'm a bad bitch. I don't need no man. Fuck them kids, and that's the state. But that all came from Edomite women. They're the one that think like that. All right, so now you got Esau and Jake intertwined in this weird fucking mess of you got the Edomites acting like you got the Edomites that are acting like the Israelites that are acting like the Edomites, right? They're trying to be like, it's that song that says upside down. Why they, we won't sing it here, but go look it up. It says the worst part about this meme is that it encourages people to film, upload, and share videos of women misbehaving, which means that denizens of the internet see far more videos of women acting badly or just being angry than of men doing the same. The implications are obvious. You see plenty of videos of men acting bad. What the fuck are you talking about, Karen? All right, you're a Karen. Let's see what the people have to think about this. And thankfully, this made it to the popular. All right, this didn't stay in their weird little feminist community. This made it to popular. All right, the popular page. So that means everybody from outside flocked to it and could see it. And they fried her a new one. All right, so here it is. What is this? That's the video that I started and then stopped. All right, because I called it white woman, and I said, let me just call it Shedomite. So it's not always white. It's not about a color thing. So here it is. It says, this video is the wrong example to use against the Karen stereotype. It didn't matter who was in the right. The way she handled it could have gotten them killed. Watch the video again. And she got likes for it, all right? This person says, yep, she was being a Karen. Why was she yelling, help, I'm being assaulted, you're hurting my fetus? Fake crying when a coworker shows up, grabbing the guy's phone. What does any of that have to do with the bike being hers? All right, and you see she was fake crying. She started for, and then she stopped, boom, snapped out of it. White women can do that, all right? So-called white women, Edomite women can do that. Stay the fuck away, all right? That's why title of the lesson, Shedomites, a dangerous situation waiting to happen. All right, we did a lesson a while ago talk about crocodile tears, and it was a trend on TikTok where so-called white women, Edomites, would cry and then snap and then smile and be instantly happy. All right. Watch. Let's see if we can find it. It was a challenge. Let's see. Here it is.
This is a really disturbing trend.
Oh, good lord. Look at that they, them. But anyway, there you go. Here it is, a TikTok trend. There you go. Boom. I have just 2 words. Emmett Till. And it said, it is so many more and we don't know their names. It's true. It's true. Here we go.
Turn it off.
There you go.
I don't have anything to say except we've been new. We know under a system of white supremacy who is the most dangerous. This is not a
True. We don't need to hear. We don't need to hear Big Bertha talk anymore. But she had a point. All right. So yeah, there you go. That's what so-called white women can do. That's what Edomite can do. So they're fucking dangerous, man. Like the title of the lesson, Shedomites, a dangerous situation waiting to happen. They can cry and then boom, turn it off. All right. And she was help, you know, because she wanted someone to come around and fuck those dudes up. It says, and here we go. This is where it starts getting good. You're completely ignoring the racial aspect of it. You're not entirely wrong, and she's entirely wrong. It says, but when, and this is some of the feminists even, you know, getting on her. All right, you're not entirely wrong, but when white women scream help and fake cry with the target being a black man or worse yet, a black boy, they frequently end up dead. This is more serious than you acknowledge, and it's privileged to be able to ignore race in situations like this. For her, it's a bike. For him, it's his life. And this person says, this is the attorney's statement about the racial aspect. It's appalling that, you know, like race, you know, is something like imputed as that being the issue here. What? It says, what a professional, totally legitimate reason for why this couldn't possibly have a racial aspect to it. You know, people are going to argue, all right? People are going to argue. No, it's not. Here we go. This is when the so-called black woman chimed in. This says, I'm sorry, but Karen isn't a term to silence women. There's a racial aspect to this, which you're choosing to ignore. Why? Because she's a white woman, all right? An Edomite, all right? So-called white. They put that name on themselves. Why? Because it means pure, okay? It says, also, if you're fake crying for attention and making up claims, yes, you are a Karen. It's true. You're a Karen. All right, barbecue, and here's a couple of examples. Barbecue Becky, who wrongfully called police on a black family barbecuing in a park in Oakland. Karen. Central Park Karen screamed at that black man that was attacking her when he was standing feet away from her. I remember that happened. That's a Karen. It says, lady who wrestled a 14-year-old black boy wrongfully claiming he stole her phone. Karen. Lots of examples to give here. She got 328 likes, or upvotes as they call them on Reddit. And this person down here says, they don't want to hear this. 171 likes. And it's true. They don't want to hear it. They do not want to hear it. All right? They do not want to hear it at all. Okay? So, that's these people. That's these so-called white women. All right? And that's how they want to do it. Now, let's get back to this. All right? Let's actually grab a scripture because it's been a while. Let's read this last little part here, and then we'll continue. It says, what else do we got? Oh, well, anyway, you saw that. Anyway, we got most of the story. They were falsely accused and then lynched. All right. It says, here it is. It says, in this environment, sensational reports of black men raping, and we're gonna say rape because if they take this down, they're just covering this up. All right, and that's as they would call now racial injustice. All right, you're gonna cover up. Why are you gonna cover these up? Why? You're gonna cover up like all the other incidences against so-called black men, all right, and so-called black people. You're gonna cover up just like that. Yeah, you're sure good at covering it up. E, go ahead and take the video down. You sure are good at covering things up because you have control of everything, which shows us that you're the fucking Edomites. All right. In this environment, sensational reports of black men, so-called, raping a so-called white woman set off a mob mentality among white people in Duluth. On an evening of June 15th, a mob of 5,000 to 10,000 Edomites gathered at the jail and seized three of the arrested so-called black men. Isaac, let's not filter it. The sensational reports of Israelite men raping Edomite woman set off a mob mentality among Edomites, and on the evening of June 15th, a mob of 5,000 to 10,000 Edomites gathered at the jail and seized 3 of the Israelite men, Isaac McGee, Elmer Jackson, and Elias Clayton. The mob beat and lynched them all, hanging the men from a light pole in downtown Duluth. The Minnesota National Guard arrived the next morning to secure the area and guard the surviving prisoners, but no one was ever arrested or convicted for the lynchings. Why? Because they were Edomites. Why? Because they were Edomites. How? Because they were Edomites. All right, a bunch of devils. All right, a bunch of wicked-ass devils. Last one we're going to get. We're going to grab scriptures and close out. Here we go. This is the Montana Innocence Project. Here it goes. Here's a report. It says innocent so-called black people significantly more likely to be wrongfully convicted of sexual assault. And if they're going through prison system like that, they're not necessarily innocent. That was a hell they had to go through because the Lord wanted them to do something. That's what the Lord wanted, right? So it says at March 2017, report by the Natural Registry of Exonerations titled Race and Wrongful Convictions in the United States found that Israelite defendants convicted of murder, sexual assault, and drug crimes are more likely than Edomite defendants to be later found innocent. They're more likely than to later be found innocent. Yeah, because they just put them in there. Oh, oops, sorry. Turns out you're innocent. Once they have a mob riling, right? It says perhaps the most shocking statistic to come from this report is that a Israelite person incarcerated for sexual assault is 3.5 times more likely to be innocent than an Edomite convicted of sexual assault. That's all we have to get. There's a bias. These people, the earth is given in the hand of the wicked, right? And who's controlling everything? Let's get that. Let's get that real quick. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judge thereof. If not, where and who is he? He covereth the face of the judge. Did he not also go? Oh no, all the Israelites are white. Or in 1948, they formed their own. That's what they've done. All right, why? Because the earth is given in the hand of the wicked. Who is the earth? Who is ruling right now? Who's on the money? White people, right? We'll use the term we're going to say Edomites, all right? So-called white people. Who's in the positions of office? So-called white people, Edomites. Who's the president of the United States most 99% of the time? All right, other than when they're trying to push an agenda. So-called white people, Edomites. Who has control of Wall Street? So-called white people, Edomites. Who owns the banking system? So-called white people, Edomites. Who owns the stores? So-called white people, Edomites. All right? They're in control. They're the wicked. And who is the wicked? Also referred to Edomites. All right, the Edomites. Once again, Job 9:24. The earth is given in the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? You guys try to play it off, but it's been revealed who you are. So we're gonna go to Proverbs 19:5 because really, what should happen to you is you people should be put to death. All right. For all this false witness that you've done and gotten these people killed, all right? You should be put to death. Proverbs, was it 19:5? 19:5. Let's go over there. It says, a false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape. Now, if we jump down to Proverbs 19:9, it says, a false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall perish. You shall be put to death. You shall perish. You shall die. You will not escape judgment, okay? You will perish. You will die, all right? In a situation where you lie, all right, and you say, oh, yeah, he killed that person. He didn't really kill that person, all right, and that person goes and they kill him, you deserve to be put to death, all right, because you caused that man to die, all right? You deserve to be put to death. If you say, oh, that man touched that white woman, and he didn't touch that white woman, all right, and that man, you know, gets pulled into the street and lynched and killed because of that, you deserve to be put to death. You bore false witness on that man and caused him to die. All right, so the same thing should happen to you, all right? An eye for an eye. All right, the same thing should happen to you. Okay? And you people, you know, look, she went unpunished. She died at 88. You know, she died at 88. When did she die? That lady that I believe it was recently. What was her name? Carol Bryant. All right, Carolyn Bryant. When did she die? Died in 2023. So who knows? You know, she could be, you know, brought back as, you know, who knows? The Most High could bring her back, you know, boom, right before judgment goes back. Or either way, all right? Either way. And you know what? If Emmett Till, you know, more than likely a Jake, guess what? He's a Jake, all right? Regardless, he could be back on Earth right now. And we don't know what situation he's in. All right, we don't know what he could be. All right, but if he turns out to be, you know, a part of the elect, all right, he, you know, or even if not, all right, regardless, if he's back now and he has to die because he's part of the 2/3, however it goes, all right, when we get in the kingdom, Carolyn Bryant, you might just be Emmett Till's slave, man. Imagine that. Here you are, you have the man that you falsely accused. Oh man, he's gonna beat the shit out of you. Woo, you're gonna have it bad. So, hey, man. But, so, a false witness shall not be unpunished. So, regardless of if you're going to come back, or, you know, if you're in the spiritual realm, or right now, or if you're here on earth, Carolyn Bryant, if the Most High pulls you back, or if you're in the spiritual realm, however it goes, you're going to be punished, man. You're not going to go unpunished. You're going to have to serve out your captivity, because all the Edomites are going to have to serve out their captivity. So, regardless, all right, Carolyn, regardless if you get brought back and put on the earth one more time and then get to go through destruction, regardless if that happens or not, you're still going to be a captive. It's still going to be real bad for you. All right. So, and this is Babylon. This is why you got to be very careful. Let's get Nahum 3:1. Nahum 3, verse 1. It reads, "Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not." The what? The prey departeth not. Who's the prey? Us. All right, and they don't depart. How do you depart? Leave, get on a plane, and go to Africa and explore your roots. You know, that aren't your roots. They're just some Hamite roots. All right, go explore some Hamites' roots. All right, I'm an African brother. I'm blacker than black, and I'm black. You know, you know, is that what you're gonna do? Or what are you gonna do? No, you spiritually depart from Babylon, all right? Leaving these customs, all right? Leaving this wickedness of the world, putting down the black and mild, stopping getting wild, all right? Sitting, getting with other men's wives. You put all those things down. You depart spiritually, all right? For doctrines, you depart from the doctrines of this world, right? So, but our people don't do it. I like smoking black and miles and getting wild and getting with Becky down the street, even though she has a man, you know? So, hey, woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robberies. And robbery, the prey departeth not. And because of that, you're going to be snared by this place. This bloody city, with the bloody city, Babylon the Great, it's full of lies and robbery. All right, it's stolen from us. All right, it lies on our people, and you don't depart. What? I like it. I like the things. You know, even though this is a society that's built upon fundamental racism, all right, upon the back of so-called black slaves, of Israelite slaves. All right, but here you are. You don't want to depart because I like it. It's nice here. But you don't want to depart spiritually. You don't want to return to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, even though you're always black power, black, black, black. All right, but when you have the ultimate form of so-called black power, all right, being that the Israelites, all right, you are literally royalty, all right, and that the creator of the whole earth, all right, is a so-called black man, all right. And his son, a so-called black man, all right? Because you're going to look like your father, right? So that's the ultimate display of you want to display your blackness, all right? Well, if you're looking at that, we don't use the term black because black means void of light. But you're we this, that, and that. We're in power. Well, isn't that the ultimate display that everything was created by a so-called black man? That Israelites are in rule. All right, they were in rule. They're a royal people. All right, so-called black people, a royal people. All right, a royal priesthood, as it said, and the Lord's chosen people, and he only likes us. Isn't that the ultimate display of what you would call black power? All right, black people in control. All right, because you say black, but people that look like you in control, but you don't want no part of that. You're like, no justice, no peace, no racist police, but you don't want over here. On the grand scale here, we're saying that the father and son are so-called black men, all right, are our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are royalty, all right, the Lord's chosen people. He only deals with us, and you want none of that. All right, you want some weird worldly level of black sensationalism, of black pride. All right, somehow you want you just want reparations, and that's it. That's low level Jake, man. Reparations, we're fine. We're fine. Everything else, that's all. You don't want no justice. All right, for all the how wicked white people are, and they haven't changed. All right, and none of that. So you're just gonna continue on once you get your reparations, and the cops gonna stop. The cops are gonna stop being bad and shooting it. That's not how it's gonna work, man. That's not how it's going to work. We told you how it's going to work, but you don't want none of that. The actual, enlightenment, all right, and waking up of so-called black people into who they truly are is over here, all right, with the Hebrew Israelites, all right? But you don't want no part of that, all right? You'd rather stay in the world with your Black and Mild and your E40 CD, all right, or tape, all right, cruising around, all right, being fucking low as shit, wearing a shirt that says, proud African heritage, all right, with a hat on backwards that says Jesus Christ. That's what you'd rather have, Jake. Even though you're destroyed, you don't realize all these things. Through, man. Through. Once again, Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. All right. Here you are. You're a rabbit, and you're running towards the wolf. Hey, come and get me. Come and get me. Come and get me. All right. You're like, we're not doing that. Yes, you're really doing that. All right. You're asking Esau for help. Here you are, a rabbit running towards the predator, man. Dumb. And these Edomites, they don't think what they're doing wrong. They don't think what they're doing is wrong. Jeremiah 50:7. Let's get it. That shows you they don't think what they're doing is wrong. So how are you going to convince someone they're wrong, or tell someone they're wrong, all right, when they don't think that they're wrong? All right, how? Oh, it's 50, not 5. You're over here. This person thinks what they're doing is okay. You're wrong. They're set in their ways. They're not going to change their. Oh, really? No, these people don't know what they're doing is wrong. They don't think it's wrong. All right, now deep down inside, they know what they're doing is not right, but they think, oh, we're not doing anything too bad, because they're in control. It's them. They love it. All right, it's their thing. All right, Jeremiah 50:7. All that found them have devoured them. All right, them. Who's them? The Israelites. And their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. Okay, we don't offend at all because they've sinned against the Lord. They sinned against the Lord. We're just. So we're not doing anything wrong. That's what they think. All right, and the first time I heard this scripture brought out was by Apostle Ramallah, and that's how he brought it out. We offend not. So that's why I always use that. Got to give credit where credit's due. But he used the little voice for we offend not. So I always use it because that's how they talk, and it was funny. I remember like, wow, that's a heavy scripture, and also laughing because that's how they are. We offend not. We don't do that. Sometimes I use the Dave Chappelle voice for the white people. What are you doing, brother? It's just the white voice because that's how they talk. So 1 Peter 5:8. Let's get it. So these people, you can't convince them that they're doing anything wrong. They're ruling the world. If you're in the ruling of the world and you got everything, how are you convinced you're doing something wrong? Well, must not be doing anything wrong when I got a yacht and 5 houses and I'm ruling Wall Street and my dad's the president and I'm running for Senate. All these things, man. Can't convince them they're wrong. All right, but sure enough, they are wrong, and they're gonna get one hell of an ass whooping. So this is 1 Peter 5:8, and we're gonna get ready to close out. I don't know how long we've been going for here. Quite a while, probably over an hour. Yeah, there we go. A long lesson today, which is good. So 1 Peter 5:8 reads, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walking about, seeking whom he may devour." And the scripture we just got talked about, that they devoured us. And he's what's he doing? He's walking about saying who he may devour. So, and that's Esau Edom. So it's not just women, it's men it's not just men, it's women as well. Those Shedomites are like, ooh, look at this black man. I'm like, help, he's attacking me, help. You know, and they do that, and then they're like, oh, I better cry, you know, and then once it's done, they're like, turn off the cry, like, okay, wipe my face, I'm getting a fucking headache and a stuffy nose from this crying, I better stop. And then they go on about their day, all right, knowing that they've made that day so much worse for Jake, all right, and that Jake might get shot, all right, or they'll say, he's got a weapon, and they don't have a weapon, like that one lady in that park, you know, so that's what they do. So Edomites in general, really a dangerous situation waiting to happen, but Shedomites, hey, brothers and sisters, you sisters too, you sisters don't have no Edomite friends, no Edomite woman friend, man. They will get you tossed up into some shit, all right, they will get in your head, that's what they love doing, all right. Edomites love getting ahead. That's why, like, that's why, like, 99% of the time you see all the Edomites are therapists and, like, fucking, like, and into that shit, because they love getting into people's heads, all right? And what can we place in there? We're going to take this little bit of something and we're going to place it in there and let it grow, all right? So, ideologies, right? So, hey, watch out, man. Edomites and female Edomites, Shedomites, right? A dangerous situation waiting to happen. Don't get caught up in that shit, man. Stay away from them. All right, be wise. All right, be wise as serpents, harmless as doves, right? As the scriptures say, be wise as serpents. And if you're being wise as a serpent, hey, don't let these devils try to get one fast on you. Don't hang out with them. All right, Edomite friends, no go. Don't do it, man. If you do, just know some shit's gonna come up at some point. All right, they're going to get you in trouble at some point. They're not your friends. All right, and even if nothing happens, say if nothing happens now, guess what? When Jacob trouble happens, they're going to bust your head open. Hey, Tyrone, I was thinking of coming over with the family, and yeah, give me all the shit in your fucking fridge right now, Tyrone. I don't give a fuck. I'll kill you right now, Tyrone. Bop, 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 bop. I'll kill your little kid, too. Bop, 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 bop. And your wife. Bop, bop, bop. And they're going to take your Cheerios and run off. He was my friend. No, he wasn't. He was your enemy, all right? He was just being a fucking serpent, as he is, all right? And he was okay with you for the time being, all right, for whatever he needed you for, all right? But now, not so much. So, hey, again, brothers, sisters, hey, keep your eyes out. Walk, like it says, be sober, be vigilant, all right? Because your adversary, the devil, walks about like a lion seeking who he can devour, all right? So watch out. That's what the Edomites are doing. They're walking around. Who can we get? Don't let it be you, Jake. Wise as serpents, harmless as doves, right? So, hey, with that, we're going to close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until next one, Lord willing, Shalom.